USTA referees are purposely overruling correct calls. You might be shocked by this, but let me explain. So I was playing this tournament, and one of my friends overheard two referees, talking with each other. And one of them said that they were bored and they wanted to overrule someone to see what their reaction would be. So it was like late night in the Friday. There's a match, 6-all, 5-all in tiebreak, first set. Ball goes literally this far out. Referee overrules. Okay, because they overruled that because they were bored. That's pretty crazy. So why are they doing this? Well, USTA referees have insanely low pay. So because they have low pay and they're working their ass off, right? They're standing there for hours. They may as well feel like they have some authority, right? They may as well get something from this. So they use their authority to just dominate other people just for fun. I think it's fun to have the power, all power in their hands. And many of these referees don't understand the importance of tennis matches to the competitors. We train hard, right? We practice for this. Many people travel, they fly here, they spend thousands of dollars to compete in this tournament. They don't know that. Many of these guys have probably never even touched a tennis racket before. They have no idea what it's like. So when they don't understand what it's like to compete in these tournaments, they're just going to say, oh yeah, it's just whatever, right? It's like some random ass tournament, doesn't matter. And because they don't understand the importance of these tennis matches, they don't feel any guilt when they purposely overrule someone, even when they're right. This is not a diss on a ref, but it's from a match I played a long time ago. And I just want to see what you guys think about this. Do you guys think it's double bounce? The ref called it double bounce, but I'm not too sure about it. And people might be thinking well, in juniors there's a lot of cheating, right? There must be referees. They must have a lot of power to overrule. Well, it's actually not true. Cheating is actually really bad 12 and under. As kids get older, we start to understand more, we start to mature more. Cheating is almost non-existent. It's genuinely non-existent. If you play juniors, you can probably go around maybe a few people who do it, but in general, it's just non-existent. Some of these referees overrule by accident. They just aren't well trained. Referees in USTA are generally low quality. Some of these guys are volunteers who are pretty nice, but they have no training, so they don't know when they should overrule and when they shouldn't. And even in this one tournament, one guy didn't even know the rules. He thought that you could have coaching in between sets. And he just didn't really know the rules. He didn't understand what was in, what was even out. That was actually pretty insane. And these referees get courses, online courses, with written paperwork. However, that's absolutely nothing to do with the job, right? Job evaluation should be in person. Without an in-person evaluation, there's no way to tell how effective a person is or how good they are at refereeing a match. This is basic standards that needs to happen. And also in the written exam is about the code of conduct. Code of conduct, right? It doesn't have anything to do with when they should overrule or not. Generally, the code of conduct, referees abuse the code of conduct. Generally, most people are fine. Except there are a few referees who take this to the next level. They just like giving you point penalty. Sometimes you go to the bathroom, spend a bit too long, you get point penalties. They don't even give you a warning. They just start throwing point penalties your way. Pretty insane. There was also once this really nice Indian ref where in the middle of a match, in the third set, I just asked him are you enjoying the match? Because he's just watching, right? He's just really nice volunteer ref guy. I'm not kidding with you. He low-key just gave me a bit of a tiny bit of advice. He dropped a tiny bit of advice while he was talking to me. It's just hella funny. And another thing was in a recent tournament, there was a ref who was arguing with this other kid, and she was saying how there's no warnings for point penalties for unsportsmanship conduct, if you're throwing a racket, which is literally just false. There should be warnings, like for if you hit the ball at the back, if you just smash the ball to the back fence, there should be warnings for that. So it just shows like refs, they use a lot of them do abuse their power, but not much the players can do about it, which is the huge problem. There's also some refs that literally just never overrule and just never give out like any penalties, even if they deserve it. I was playing a doubles match, like this kid like just literally smashed his racket, and like after the match we were all like, how did he not get a penalty point for that? Like point deduction for that, or at least a warning. He didn't get anything. Like just some refs that like even the ball is like super obvious, like in they don't overrule. Like I said earlier, how like cheating is not really a thing, but like sometimes it just happen on accident, and like sometimes these refs they want to like don't want to get any trouble with like parents, so they just never overrule, which is honestly pretty smart from their perspective, because parents are, not always the best. And some people just have like their parents, like there's in the tournament. No, I mean they're not in tournament, but like there's like well-known people, well-known players, is how like their parents just volunteer in like some other tournament, and those parents are usually very nice. They're usually just there, just volunteer, and they usually make a lot of good decisions. They don't make anyone they don't offend anyone with like bad decisions and bad overrules. And a lot of refs like to do something called like 1-for-1. Like if they overrule you one time, they try to find any reason to overrule the opponent another time. So then you can say like, oh, we overruled 1-for-1, right? Like usually I find that it's usually okay. But the problem with that is that sometimes the points they overrule are not like even in like importance. For example, if you're up 40-0 on your serve and they overrule like your opponent's point over your opponent's call, and then there's a tiebreak and then they overrule your call, right? That's like very different like terms of value. So usually refs only do this if like some tournaments they want to save money, right? So they don't actually get enough refs. They don't have enough refs for the tournament, which is I feel like it's very bad. Like some tournaments literally don't have refs. Like there's just one tournament literally has no refs. Like if you ask for a ref for the match, they just send you like some like desk guy or some like old lady who probably barely knows what she's doing to ref your match. And these are official USTA matches, by the way. This is kind of crazy. But this usually only happens like if it's just like one of these volunteer people, these nice, usually they're pretty nice, like these random people who just come and ref the match, but they have no experience. They're not USTA officials, and they're refereeing official USTA matches. That's just kind of crazy. So why does this matter? Well, the higher level you get, the closer matches are. In fact, just a few points decide a match. In mini matches, let's say you have like a breakpoint chance, and let's say you hit a ball. Let's say if you win that game, right? You break, and then you can hold to win the match. But instead, let's say you lose that point, and then you lose the game. Well, then you don't hold. Maybe hold the next game, they hold, then you get into a tiebreak, and then you lose the tiebreak, and you lose the match, right? That's how 1 point can decide a match. So how can this be fixed? Players should have at least some power over the referees. Referees cannot have total absolute domination to do whatever they want with zero consequences. Players should be able to file complaints against referees. And once there's enough complaints, the referee should be put under investigation. Especially like in national tournaments. Like there's a few refs that literally everybody's complaining about. But there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. Like they're overruling like balls freaking for no reason. They're just doing it because they think it's fun, right? There has to be some way hold referees accountable for their actions. Thank you guys for watching, and please put your thoughts down below in the comments. If you disagree with me, that's absolutely good. It's absolutely fine. I like to have constructive conversations with people. So please put your thoughts down below.